Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Akindele Erayo Joshua. Thank you guys for always subscribing on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support. And today quickly we'll be going to a topic that says never criticize. Never criticize. You see, the hard work you put in criticizing people is also the hard work you should put in preparing in attaining your goal. You see, when you criticize people, always have it in your mind that others will always criticize you. Instead of you criticizing, why not maintain a balance of what we call a balance of view. When people make an argument, instead of you criticizing both parties, why not correct by balancing the both A and B parties? You see, when you criticize, it will not only reduce the human of thinking that people have about you, but it will escalate a very difficulty that you cannot explain yourself. You see, when you criticize people, you radiate yourself around four cardinal points. I'm not talking about the north, west, east, south, or east. I'm talking about the four cardinal points of in in human seasons, in the seasons of human, let me use that word, we have four things that define us when we criticize people. The first one is the morning phase, or sometimes you can call it the early phase. The second one is the execution phase. Then the third one is the legacy phase. Then the fourth one is the resting phase. You see, when you criticize, there's this early phase in you, the early phase that you give when the process of criticizing people. Instead of you preparing, you're criticizing at a very early point. When there's a dialogue going on, instead of you criticizing, why not just sit back and listen and gain? That's the early stage in humans' life. Then the second one, I call it the execution stage, in the sense that the process of you criticizing people, why not execute your plans together? Why not prepare? Why not make a balance? Why not do things different from the way people do it there, instead of you criticizing? The aspirant or the definition of criticizing people is way beyond the way we program or the way we look at it. Then the third phase is a legacy period. The legacy period is a period whereby you ought to just sit back. It's the scientist that says, he said, I intend not to argue. He said, I intend not to argue. And they asked him, what's the reason behind you not arguing? And he said, instead of me arguing with people, he said, the argument will make me also a fool. That means he intend not to argue with the fools, because when you argue with the fools, they will beat you down to your game and make you also a fool. So instead of you being a fool, why not just keep pace and look at what happened? Learn like a dove and soar like an eagle. That is the key behind not criticizing. You see, if you look at the African settings, the nation settings, let's take Nigeria for an example. We are saying the youth can do it, the youth can rule us, the youth can do blah 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 of a thing. The youth keep criticizing. Instead of they keep criticizing the people at the top, not knowing even if they get there themselves, they will be criticized by people also. Never criticize. Learn not to criticize. Learn not to criticize. It's very important. Mark Bowson said something. He said, when people say you are wrong, are you always wrong? It's a very critical question. When people say you are wrong, are you always wrong? Learn not to criticize. Learn not to criticize. It will really help you. Learn not to criticize. The future is in your hand. Never criticize anybody. Listen to the pace of your goal and learn not to criticize. Stay your boy, Erayo on General Talks. Thank you guys. Don't forget to comment, click the like button, and subscribe. Thanks.